Hello, my name is Erin. I thought I would provide a brief introduction about myself and to bring a little cohesion to the different sections of my website, ejwills.bitbucket.io. I hope this will clarify my past roles and provide some insight about my time as an education coordinator at a university. So now my background. I'm a graduate of Purdue University, and during that time period I did 5 semesters as a co-op with Eastman Chemical. I did projects like inline instrumentation evaluation. I participated on several Six Sigma projects. I did a debottlenecking analysis, product scale-up, and process modeling. It was a great experience. After that, I went on and worked for the National Corn to Ethanol Research Center as an intern, where I wrote SOPs and worked as an operator during production runs. These undergrad experiences really helped prepare me for what I was about ready to do as an engineer in industry. Right after college, I began working for BASF, and I was part of their startup team for 4 new chemical plants. I did a little bit of everything. That included safety, recipe changes, programming changes, training of operators, health and environmental compliance, and process evaluations. After about a year, I was in charge of the startup of the 3rd chemical plant that was under construction. I completed this project without any real big issues. I was well trained in all that. And so, but I had worked about 80 to 100 hours per week for almost that entire year. So it was time for a change, so I joined Innovative Controls as a Siemens PCS7 developer. I supported a pharma plant DCS upgrade, and I developed the process sequences and testing for our large polymer plant startup. I lived in hotels for about 9 months during this experience, and it was mostly enjoyable, but I found that what I really enjoyed was the training, the content development, and the administration of projects. So with that in mind, I began my career at Current and the University of Tennessee. So with my master's in education, I began working for Current, which is basically an engineering research center that studies the transmission grid. I was their education coordinator, so I basically organized all the K-12 events, the university outreach and recruitment, and also helped with a variety of other tasks. I created this slide so that way you could see a breadth of what type of activities I did. A typical fall would include about 5 engineering nights, which are after-school programs for elementary school, and a handful of other K-12 events. These events would total about 1,000 to 1,200 people that we would interact with. I also worked on some diversity and recruitment activities, which included organizing conference booths and developing some in-house events. At the beginning of each semester, I developed up the flyers and other materials needed for advertising our program, and I developed ways of distributing that information across many different universities, over 200 universities, and multiple websites that had national audiences. Concurrent to these activities, I also worked on the different NSF site visit activities, which included organizing all the data, collecting all the data, doing the write-ups, creating surveys for additional data collection that was not required, reviews of all this information, working with student committees, automating tasks to help the student committees work better, and preparing the final presentation materials. The site visit was a very important event. It lasted 2 to 3 days and had over 200 participants. I was also in charge of a seminar series and all the administrative duties related to email lists, room scheduling, and new student introductions. Overall, I was very active and had a very broad range of responsibilities. This calendar shows the recurring events and does not include all the other projects that came up from week to week. My spring and summer calendars were also just as busy as my fall calendar. My summer calendar included over 6 camps and other events that occurred concurrently during the June and July-August time period. And I managed budgets of about $100,000 for the summer outreach programs. For more information about the type of work that I have done, please see the projects section of my website, where I try to outline the details of each individual task to give you kind of a more comprehensive view, but this is the general overview of my work.